Hello everybody! Welcome back to my channel. Hi. You're probably like, what the fuck is happening right now? Well, what's happening right now for you, for your information, is Essential Hydration Day, especially for my under eyes. And I'm also opening a thing of brushes that I just got in my Ulta order. Some Real Techniques brushes. Clearly I can't talk again today. So anyway, that I might or might not use for this video. Again, hi, how you doing? I'm Judy Health. For those of you who are new or new-ish to me, hello. Older lady makeup geek here. Not the brand, but I love makeup. And I did have a video the other day that talked a little bit about, pardon me, the Glamlite Pizza Palette that I just got. Excuse me. My apologies of how I sound. I've been a little sick, so I probably don't sound the best today. I feel okay. I felt a lot worse yesterday. But I'm good now. So what I wanted to do is test the pizza palette, or do a look with the pizza palette. I also am going to try the Elf Poreless Putty Primer. I've been hearing good things about this, especially on older skin, which is what I have. And I'm really interested in trying it. I do also, or usually my go-to, I should say, is Pore Professional. But what I've noticed is I don't use foundation a whole lot. I use Bye Redness by It Cosmetics as a color corrector because I have red cheeks. And I've noticed that it doesn't really stick very well, especially around my nose. So I'm going to try this. We'll see what happens with it. And yeah, so I guess we can get started. As I was saying, it's kind of hydration day. I've really not been doing well, with listening to my skin. I've had a couple of breakouts. Yes, at 45 people, I still get pimples. So yeah, I've been doing kind of a cleanse of my skin. I haven't been really wearing a whole lot of makeup, unless I actually have to go into the office. Those of you who know me, know that I typically work from home quite a bit. So yeah, hydration and skincare was the name of my game, this past about week or so. I haven't really done any eye masks recently, and that's probably the reason why I'm seeing a lot of crepey skin. So yeah, that's why you're seeing these Wander Beauty, foil eye masks, for my under eyes. And, yeah, we're just kind of hanging out with those. And I thought, what the hell? Y'all might as well see me in all of my no makeup glory. Some of you have already. Those of you who are new to me, welcome to the pain. Yeah, so let's go ahead and, I'll get started, to try and keep this, as minimally, time invasive on you as possible. So, when I start doing eye looks, I start with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is in the anti-aging formula. I always use that to prime my lids. These I've had on for about 20 minutes now. 25 minutes. So I'm going to ditch those and let that serum kind of sink in before I start throwing a lot of stuff on my face. So anyway, happy Sunday to everyone. Yeah, I actually know what day it is today. Sometimes I don't. Let me grab a mirror here too, because trying to use my monitor as a mirror, yeah, that's not working. So yeah, I've had a fairly lazy weekend. Like I said, I wasn't feeling so great yesterday. My kiddo was sick on Wednesday with like the stomach flu. which was interesting, because she has a high tolerance for pain. My kiddo has special needs, and so high tolerance for pain doesn't really, isn't really sick like that a whole lot unless she gets a migraine. And she was not feeling well, but I'm okay, mama. And I was just like, oh, my poor baby. So yeah, but she wasn't okay. So that's what I've spent the past couple of days messing with that. And then this is my weekend off from her. So then I became sick, not with the stomach flu, thank you, Jesus, but, with, just like this cold-ish, whatever this is happening in my lungs. So yeah. Anyway, I'm working on very low space here too. Clearly I didn't plan for this. I'm working, from my vanity, and if, you're a member of Boxy Babes, or have been for a while, at some point you've probably seen, my vanity. It's over 80 years old. It was actually my grandmother's furniture. My grandmother passed this last May of 2018. And I was able to, and I've loved this furniture forever, ever since I was a kid. My great-grandparents had it, and I was able to get this furniture after my grandmother passed, and it's gorgeous. Maybe I'll have to figure out YouTube, see if I can pop up little still pictures in my video. I'm still yet to figure that out. But yeah, so I'm sitting in a vanity that's over 80 years old, not a lot of space on it, and so yeah, but we're gonna make this work. All right. So in this pizza palette, I'm not gonna actually hold it. I'll show you the colors, and then I'm gonna put it on my vanity, because I need a mirror really to put on makeup. But I'll let you know what colors I'm using. I don't know if I'm looking to go really wacky crazy today. So I'm gonna start with, as we all know, Jeannie's a little bit freaked out by color. But we're gonna start with garlic, which is on the monitor, or for you guys, probably looks a little bit more light than it really is. Excuse me. But it's actually like a peachy color. So, and then once I get garlic put on, I think I'm going to go in with some mushrooms, which is kind of a darky mauve color. So, all right. Now that I've got some of my strategy figured out, let's go ahead and get this cracking. So I've never used anything with Glamlite. This is the first product I've ever purchased from them. I have seen a lot of reviews on this palette. Like, it's been all over the place. And I know I mentioned Jeffree Star quite a bit. Shameless plug. But that's actually the first time I saw this palette was when he did a review on it. And after he did a review on it, poof, like they were sold out within like 2.2 seconds. So as I mentioned on my last video, I kind of held off on it because I have so many palettes. I have like 80 palettes, or over 80 now probably, some of which I've never even touched. So, I kind of get to a place of where, maybe I need to stop buying palettes. That's never going to fucking happen. I'm always going to buy palettes. But I struggle with myself sometimes when I feel like I'm going to buy something and it's not going to get any love. And because I've got so many palettes now, it almost seems like nothing really like stands out to me anymore. Like, I'll see a palette and I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of nice, but I know of 20 other palettes that have the same colors. So again, not here to throw shade on any brands or anything like that. Makeup in general, I love. Doesn't really matter what it is. I have some favorites. I am really partial to Well, Jeffree Star, obviously. I have an entire Anastasia Beverly Hills collection. I went on a mission and started to collect every Anastasia palette I could find. So I believe I have 16 eyeshadow palettes going all the way back to, I think, palettes that were produced in like 2012, 2013. Obviously, I don't really use the ones that are older because I didn't get them new, unfortunately. Some of them, they're so difficult to find new, and when you do find them new, they're exorbitantly expensive. I'm not an influencer, just to repeat that. I don't know if anyone has seen any of my other videos. I'm not an influencer. I don't get PR packages at all. All of my makeup has been purchased out of my own pocket with my own money. I have a full-time job that I work, and I'm also a student too. But yeah, I don't get any sort of makeup for free whatsoever. Everything that or that is in my makeup collection, I've purchased on my own. So I have nothing to lose with whether I like something or whether I don't like something. I will give an honest review on it because it's my hard-earned money that went out towards, the output to purchase that makeup. So, anywho, back at the ranch. Let's go ahead, and I'm done with throwing on garlic. That's really, on me, it's turned into just like your basic transition, like your own skin color, basically. I think people who use like, MAC Paint Pot Primer, in like, soft ochre, or, there are other primers out there that people use that look like a transition shade. That's kind of what this looks like. So now I'm going to go in with mushrooms. Okay, that first brush I used, I should probably explain. This brush here, this is a crown brush. It doesn't really have a number or a name on it. What had happened was, excuse me, I got an email from Crown saying, hey, we got a bunch of stuff on clearance. And I'm a brush whore to begin with, so I went on Crown, and I like some of their brushes. I've actually gotten a few in my BoxyCharm, and I really like them. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go on there and see what they have. And they had some of these like mini blending brushes. These were like 99 cents a piece. And I was like, what? I'm like, well, I like Crown. I'm going to get them. So I picked up like 10 of these little things, and they're not as soft probably as maybe a Sigma E25, which is my all-time favorite brush. But it's soft enough, and it gets the job done, and it spreads the makeup like I need it to. So, yeah, so that's the brush I'm using for that. And that's what I used garlic, used with anyway. And then, as I mentioned, this is a Sigma E25. Again, shameless plug. Sigma is probably my all-time favorite brush, bar none, ever. And I like to think I've used a lot of brushes. Maybe not, but I mean, I got into makeup quite a bit late in life. I only started my collection about a little less than a year ago, and so everything that I saw and that I liked and that had positive reviews from other influencers and beauty gurus, because I watched a lot of tutorials, I just randomly just purchased. I went on like a buying spree. I'm not even gonna lie. My credit cards will let you know how much pain that they're in. So anyway, I've discovered that Sigma is probably the best brush, other than like some highfalutin brands, like, I don't know, like I know Wayne Goss does brushes, I think, and I don't have any of his brushes, but I'm pretty sure they're probably awesome. But that's a little bit too much for my bank account to handle. But anyway, I'm a Sigma whore. Sorry, I got my mirror in front of my face. Love me some Sigma. So if anyone's got any extra E25s laying around that you want to get rid of, my address is... I'm not telling you that. Anywho, so I'm putting mushroom in my crease and up a little bit higher than my crease. I have hooded. I have hooded eyes, people. So when I open my eye, my eyelid pretty much disappears back into my skull. So when I do my crease, I have to go a little bit above my crease in order to show any color. And, or transition, I should say. So I tend to go a little bit higher because my eyebrows ride a little bit low. And don't judge my eyebrows, ladies and gentlemen. They need help. And I haven't done them in a minute. But yeah, my color, the space here ends up going a little bit higher, than my actual crease because I like people to be able to see each color on my lid. So, I don't know if you can tell, but if I raise my eyebrow slightly, you can see I have quite a bit of this, it's like a soft mauve-y color on. So, let me go ahead and do the other eye here. I probably also hold my brushes a little differently. If you couldn't tell, I am a woman of size. I am fluffy, chunky, fat. I'm fat. And I'm not going to make apologies for it or anything like that. So when I apply my makeup on the opposite side of my face, because I'm right-handed, I tend to have to hold the brush a little differently to accommodate my chest. That's your public service announcement for today. Probably too much information than you cared to know. But that's what you get when you come on my channel. You get real, you get unfiltered. Sometimes you also get TMI. So, anyway, doing the same on this side of my eye. With mushrooms. And I'm not going to lie, this is a pretty great formula that they've got going on here for Glamlite. It's very blendable, very buildable. It is pigmented, but not too much so that you put it on your eye space and you're like, what the? So, yeah, it's totally buildable. And I'm liking it so far. All right. So I think I'm done with my crease here. Let's touch it up a little bit over here. All right. Now, the next color that I'm going to look at doing here is, I'm really conflicted right now, because we have marinara, which is more of a cranberry. We have meatballs, which is a bit of a brown. And then we have Clamato olives, which is a wine color. So, this is kind of evolving into like a more of a cranberry, I guess, wine-colored motif, I guess I've got going on. My shirt is purple, so it probably makes sense. Purple is kind of like my signature color. Oh, they have black olives here too, which I'm probably going to use a little bit of to create some dimension in my outer corner. I don't know if there is going to be a shimmer shade that I'm going to put on, because at this point, the only really shimmery shades I see are red onions, which is a purple shimmer. We have pineapple, which is a yellow shimmer. And then we have what's called jalapenos, which looks like a gray, brown, green. Let me swatch. Oh, that's like a green. I don't know if you can see that, but that's like a green. Let me get up here. Like a green shimmer. Hopefully you guys can see that. That's food for thought there. Maybe I'll have to hit up some jalapeno here. Jalapeno, whatevs. So yeah, that might be the direction I go with this. That'll be interesting to see, won't it? Anywho. let's take a look at what brush I want to use, because I want to deepen up my crease. So I'm debating, I think I'm factoring out meatballs because it's a little bit too like a red-brown for me. So I'm stuck between marinara and Clamato olives. Clamato, yeah, I said that right. I think I'm gonna do Clamato olives, and I'm gonna get a little bit more of a detail brush here. This is a Morphe M506, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna build a little bit more color into my crease with Clamato olives, which is this shade right here. All right. I am currently working to build up my subscription base. So as you can probably tell, my background here isn't all kinds of like crazy awesome. We're in my bedroom / office / makeup cave. So behind me, you'll see that's my desk. That's where I work from home. That's also where I do all of my online classes. And my bed, obviously, that's where I sleep. There's no dogs up there yet. I'm surprised that we haven't been photobombed by Kiwi yet. Any of you who are part of the Boxy Babes group have seen my lives, I should say, have probably seen Kiwi. She's my pup, one of 2 that I have, and she's a 4-pound Yorkie, and she frequently photobombs my lives. So that's why I'm super surprised that she's not up here behind me trying to see what I'm doing, because she does that. So bear in mind, if you see a small dog with a black hoodie on, that is Kiwi. Kiwi, come on, up here. Come on. There she is. There's my baby. Hi. You lay down? Look, you say hi. Hi to everybody. You lay down. So anyway, there's Kiwi, folks. The star of the show, clearly. So I'm just about done here with Clamato olives and my M506. I'm going to take a little bit more of this, a light of this garlic color, and I'm going to diffuse this edge here and blend it. Now, here, it looks blended. In that monitor, it looks like you're seeing a straight up line, but I promise you, this is blended. I swear to Jesus, it's blended. So, anyway, it's looking good so far. Okay, so let's see here. I want to do a little bit more of a defined color in my outer corner. I am going to use a little bit more of a detail brush for that too. I'm going to use the Small Tapered Blending E45 Sigma, which you can see is it's a little bit, I actually might not use this one. I want to say I have a different one. Hold on. I want something that's going to give me a lot more like of a targeted. I've got so many brushes here, people. Like, you don't know. How many brushes? How many brushes does Jeannie have? A lot. A lot. Maybe I will go with this. All right. Well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But this is what we're going to do. I'm going to use my E45. Yep, got it right. And grab some black olives and put it on my outer crease. Yeah, you know what I mean. We'll see how pigmented this is. Blacks, from what I've been able to tell, go anywhere from, hey, that looks great in the pan, and it goes on well, to that looks great in the pan, and then I swatch it and it looks like shit. So this, however, looks to be providing me with the amount of, just the right amount of dimension that I want. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. And I've blended it a little bit up into the outer corner of my crease. Hopefully y'all can see that. So, everyone ever have the problem that you can't get one eye to match the other? Happens to me all the time. I hate it. But practice. Practice, practice, practice. It also is dependent on the angle that you go in with your brush, I've discovered as well. So how I go in from an upward and level angle here, I usually come in from underneath over here, which is why I sometimes don't get things to match. But I think we're going to be okay today. All right, for those of you holding your breath and I'm going to cut a crease, let me just make something clear to you right now. I don't cut my crease. I need more practice on it, yes, I know. But no, that's just cutting my crease is something I've just never been able to master. And so if that's what you were waiting for, folks, I'm so sorry to disappoint. Also, I don't do wings. Those are also something that I've just, because my eyes are pretty wrinkly, so it's difficult for me to get a wing to work. So if you can tell here, you can see I've got a little bit darker definition over here, and I've worked it up into my crease here and here. So leaving this space here open, which is probably where jalapenos is gonna go. And I'm really excited to use this color. And I have a brush just in mind. Here we go. I'm using, this is from the Vintage Cosmetic Company. This is step 1 for the money. We got these brushes in a boxy. I think we got a set of 3. There's one with a bigger angled head, and then there's one that's like a smudger for detail. This one I like for packing on shimmers or glitters. I'm also going to use some MAC Prep and Prime for a little extra sticking power here. So let me go ahead and put this on the brush. Oh my lord, that is lovely. Spray a little bit of Prep and Prime, and I'm going to wave my hand around. And then I'm going to plant it. Right here on my lid. I'm going to be making some funny faces. Go with it. It's how I have to do it. Otherwise, I struggle. Oh, a little bit of fallout on my face here. That sucks. But not to be unexpected with a glitter shade. This is actually looking pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. All right. So that's what that looks like. So it's kind of a messy cut crease that I end up doing, because by the time the day ends, this is going to be, this part is going to be a little bit up on my crease anyway. I already know. That's just the nature of the beast of my eyes. That made no sense. So, anyway, you can see I'm packing this on, only going to the very, I'm just overlapping slightly the definition in my outer corner. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'm going to go in again, tap it off a smidge, and go on and pack it back on again. So, that turned out lovely. Sorry, keep holding the mirror in front of my face. So, that is the eye look for right now. Now we're going to get started on the face and dipping into this primer. But before I do that, I'm going to get rid of the glitter that's on my face and in the corners of my eye. My nose is fairly prominent, so the inner corners of my eye are somewhat deep set, and it gets a little, things get stuck in there. That doesn't sound great at all, but that's what happens. So let me close this palette before I dump something on it. I'm going to pop it over here for a second, and we're going to dive into this Elf Poreless Putty Primer. And let's see here. Oh, it's nice and soft. I'm just kind of rubbing it on my finger so I get some on it. I've seen people actually dig in with their fingers. I'm not really about that. I have long nails, if you couldn't tell, and I'd be picking that primer out of it most of the day. It's not what I'm about, so I'm dabbing this on, and then not really rubbing. I guess I'm rubbing over areas that I like to have primed. My pores are very prevalent on my cheeks, and then on my chin and under my nose. I should say my nose too, but isn't that everyone? It doesn't really have a smell. No smell. So that's good. Not that I mind smells per se, but if you have a makeup that smells particularly bad, nobody's going to want to put it on their face. All right. Now, a lot of people have been comparing this to Tatcha. I've never used Tatcha. I don't have any Tatcha. Otherwise, I would use it. But I've heard that this is a close comparison to Tatcha. So, we're going to see how this goes. I've also heard, excuse me, that this is supposed to be pretty good for aging skin. So, that's why I wanted to give it a try. And for the price point, I think I paid like $8 or $9 on Ulta for this. For the price point, not bad at all. So, all right. Oh, my brush is way over there. Son of a. Hold on. Whoop. My blending brush. Okay. Sorry about that. As I mentioned before, I use the Bye Bye Redness by It Cosmetics. I use this is an It Cosmetics airbrush. Let's see, Lord, I can't even read that. Airbrush something. This is a number 103. Is an airbrush something. It's like worn off. So what I do is I grab some of this. I dot it on the places where I know I'm going to be blending it. But I don't go crazy with getting it fully blended because I have a different thing for that. My Sonic Blend. This is by Michael Todd Beauty. And if you've seen my lives on Boxy Babes, you'll know that I bought this on Ulta on sale at one point for $49. I believe this retails on the Michael Todd site for, I want to say $80. I'm pretty sure it retails for from Ulta for about that much too. So anyway, I bought it. I was like, I used to be a beauty blender person, and it just got to the point where I felt like I was beating my face in a not nice way, and I wasn't really getting the blend that I was looking for. And I was like, I'm going to give this brush a try. And as soon as I started using it, I fell in love. So it's rechargeable. It's got a charging port here in the bottom. This is the tortoiseshell case. There's multiple different kinds of cases you can get. Again, people, I'm not an influencer. I'm not paid to do this. These are just products that I use, that I love, and that work for me. You can get, the brush comes off, so you can wash it. I have a couple of, replacement heads that I bought at the Michael Todd Beauty site. Pops right back on, or clicks right back on. Clicks off, clicks on. And, it has 3 speeds. 1, 2, 3, which is a pulse speed. And that's typically what I use, to blend. So I use this to blend my color correction. I also use this to blend my concealer. So shameless plug, I guess, if you get the chance to go out and buy this. I adore it. I adore it. So now I'm going to use something I picked up the other day, also on sale at Ulta. I tend to haunt the Ulta sale area because you never know what you might find that's on sale. And I found this. It's called Paracone MD. This is a no makeup concealer. Let's see, broad spectrum 35. So I was looking for something from a concealer perspective that was more moisturizing. My go-to typically has been the ColourPop No Filter. And then when I put a setting powder on it, it's just like Crease City. So I'm going to use this Paracone concealer, and I'm going to mix it with the ColourPop. That does have a bit of a smell to it that isn't delightful, people. But it doesn't last. I mean, is this the one I want? Yep, this is the one I want. So that is in the shade Light. My ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I'm doing this also. This is Light 16. Where I dab a little bit of a lighter shade on there to give me some highlighting. And I'll use this to blend it in. So this is, in case you can't see, this is typically what I do, and then I blend. On 3. This I don't tend to use a mirror for. I conceal by feel, if that's not weird at all. And then I check. All right. Pressing this into the skin. On this side. Looking good. I think the pulse setting does exactly what a beauty blender would do. All right. Then I go back in with a damp beauty blender, like right by the corners of my eyes. This is a Juno. This is like the velvet one. I love this. I picked, after these came back in, I think Nikki Tutorials, did a review on these, and all of a sudden, poof, you couldn't find them anywhere. So then I'm like, oh, I'll just get a replica one. So I ordered one like it, which looks like this, and it came from China or whatever, and it's literally like, almost like a rock. Like you get it wet and it's terrible. So I waited till these came back in, and I picked up like 4 or 5 of them. So they're easy to manipulate. I like that they give you the ability to get way in there like I need to. And yeah, there it is. Hopefully you can see. It looks okay. All right. Next step, setting powder. So my go-to historically is the Airspun. Did I hold that upside down or right side up? There we go. Airspun. Excuse me. I'm not married to this powder. Like, I feel like, I could potentially do something different if I really wanted to. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it, and I'm really kind of waiting to see and do some more reviewing of other like influencers if there's a setting powder that's good for aging skin. I really haven't found anything that tells me that. So in the meantime, I use the Airspun. And I use the puff kind of all over. And then to get under my eyes, I use a damp blender. To press some powder underneath there. And I've got powder on my shirt. Excuse me. All right. Powder on my shirt. I don't normally bake because it tends to make my skin look super duper dry. So I don't really usually bake. So anyway, next I'm going in with my Hoola Benefit. This is the bronzer. Funny story, if you didn't watch my other video, and you haven't seen my videos on Boxy Babes, I was so conflicted about buying this, and I was like, fine, I'm going to pull the trigger, because one of the other people that I'm on that channel, or on that group with, said, you really need this bronzer. I'm like, all right, and pardon me, that's work email. And usually I was going with It Sunshine in a Compact, which isn't a bad bronzer at all. But I wanted a little bit more payoff. So she's like, you need to get this. So this comes in the mail from Ulta, and it's tiny as hell. And I'm like, are you kidding? Because this is like $35 or $36 just for this. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And everyone kept saying, you're not gonna regret it, because a little dab will do you. And they were right. So when I go into this, I go in and I don't put a whole lot on my brush because you don't need to. Yeah. Whew. I don't know if everyone can see that. Hello, cheekbones. Like, I literally, because I'm chubby. Yep, I'm chubby. I own it. You literally, when you're chubby, you kind of have to carve out where your cheekbone should be. At least I do. And I already have a little bit of a indentation here, thankfully, which also serves as a bit of a guideline for me to throw this bronzer on. So it looks like I have cheekbones. Hopefully it looks a lot better for you than it does in the monitor, because in the monitor it looks freaky. So anyway, so I use this little brush. It's called Dough Color. I think these were the unicorn ones. These I got on Amazon. This was literally the first set of brushes that I ever purchased. This is the number, oh my God, I want to say it's a number 12. Anyway, it's an angled, I don't know if you can see it with my fat head in the way. That's gonna work, isn't it? Oh my God. I don't know if you can see, or hold it up. Oh yeah, hold it up against my shirt. So you can see it's an angled. I got a whole set of these. These brushes are amazing. And they're reasonably priced on Amazon. Again, people, I'm not an influencer. I don't get paid to do any of this talking about products. I just tell people about what works for me and what I like. And you make your own judgment calls as to whether or not you're going to purchase. So there is my, I feel like that's blended pretty well. What do you think? All right, well, that's what we're going with today. So I don't try and hide my double chin with bronzer. You don't like it? Don't fucking look at it. Because my double chin's paid for. And it lives here, you don't. So next I will go in with a little bit of blush. Today, let's see. Pardon my sniffing. I'm going to go in with the It Ombre Radiance blush. It's like a mirror. So, and this is in the shade Sugar Plum. I don't know if you can see that, but it does have a little bit of a shimmer to it. I really like this blush. I deal more, my skin, I should say, deals better with cool tones than it does with warm. They tend to look better on me when I do more of a cool tone than a warm toned one does. And so yeah, that's what I tend to gravitate towards more is cool toned colors. So all right. Now I'm going to need to go and kick it with my under eyes here. I use the same brushes that I used on my eyes. And I also go in with, I try and do the same colors. Sometimes I don't always get all of the same colors in. So what I'm going to do first is the original, what did I do? Oh, here it is. Oh, Kiwi's laying on it and keeping it warm. Sorry, kid. Gotta get off of there. I'm going to go in with that mauve-y shade again, which is Mushrooms on the E25 again. I'm just doing a little because I don't want to go crazy with this under eye. I just want to smoke it out the littlest bit. Because I'm going to Walmart, people, to pick up some things. I'm not going out for the night. I don't know if you can see that very well in the monitor. It doesn't look like you can from here, but I'm sure once this video comes out, you'll be like, wow, that looks gorgeous. I can see the detail. I hope you can anyway. All right. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Sorry. All right, Clamato Olives is the next one I'm going to use. This brush is a little bit crazy, so I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to push down on it, so it makes it a little bit more flat. Some people like doing this, some people don't. This is just how I do it, because I don't want this color going too far down on my under eye. All right. You're still with me. Thanks for hanging like champs. We're almost done, I promise. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to take that the black olives color, tiniest bit. I'm going to bang that off, and then I'm going to put that lightly on this outer corner. And work it in, because I want it to have a fade effect. I still want to delineate it, but I don't want it to overpower my under eye. All right. I don't know if you're subject to watery eyes like I am. Sometimes my eyes water a whole hell of a lot, which is annoying as hell. Which is happening now. Get my trusty Q-tip out. And I'm using it double duty. Yes, I just licked it, people, because I have some glitter. I don't recommend that anyone does that as a regular habit. But yeah, I did. Sue me. All right, so that's where we're at with our under eyes right now. I hope y'all can see that. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm done with this palette. This is as much as I'm doing today with at least the eyeshadow look anyhow. So yeah, then I will tightline, or my waterline, if my eye will ever stop watering. And this is the Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline Eye Pencil. This is in the color Legend, but now I'm debating because I just got a bunch of Urban Decay of the color ones, and I'm debating on whether I should do this purple. I think I might. Why not? Sounds like a great idea, I think. We'll see how it looks. What I normally do with these ahead of time is, because they tend to be a little cold, is I try and warm up the tip on the back of my hand. That way, when I go in with my eye, I don't have to continually go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's already softened a bit, so it sticks a little quicker. I hope that made sense. And I can't talk when I do eyeliner, people. So the purple on my waterline is going to serve, I guess, as my pop of color for now. We'll see how long this lasts. Typically, unless I've got like the waterline one on, these don't really hang too long for me. But we'll see. All right. That's what we've got. Yay. Okay. Now, highlight. Kids, love me some highlight. Since we're in our cool realm right now, excuse me, that's more of a blue. I think I'm going to go with Cloud 9, which is Ofra. I was toying with the idea of Space Baby. Nah, we're going to use Cloud 9. Cloud 9 has a little bit more of a, like, pinky purpley. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's got a pinky purpley tone to it. And I'm going to grab, this is another crown brush. We got this in a boxy somewhere along the line. This is the one that looks like the Wet n Wild brush. This is what I use for highlight. Weirdly, I know most people... Okay, damn, shut up. Most people use like a feather brush like this, which I do have. I'm all about like payoff and bang for my buck right away. So I'm going in, and when I go in on highlight, I go in, people. So I'm going to throw that there. Getting some of my hair in it. There, that's lovely. And somebody's bothering me with a text message. You must wait. I cannot be bothered with you right now. So, I dab it on and then I rub it on. Now, as I look at my skin with this primer, interesting. My skin's pretty textured to begin with anyway. Oh, and I haven't done my brows yet. Damn it. So I'm always in the market for something that looks a little less textured, or helps me look a little less textured. And we'll have to wait and see how this one turns out. Because I'm not sure. Not sure that this is going to be what works for me. I mean, from afar, and probably for you, my skin looks fantastic. But when I look up close, I feel like there's some opportunity here. So my brows, I really don't fill in my brows. I use the Ulta Beauty Brow Tint in medium and I just kind of comb them out. And because I am a hairy person, I come from a hairy family, and I guess I got lucky in that all of the like tweezing and things and waxing and things that I did with my brows didn't really have a whole lot of ill effect because I still have brows. So I basically just color them in and use this, like, I guess a primer or a gel. A gel, that's what I was looking for. To kind of like hold them in place. I really don't mess with my brows. I probably could. I need to, so that they look better than a couple of Sasquatches on my face. But in the meantime, I'm just going to keep doing this. I do have brow pencils and brow gel and all of that. I just typically, if I'm going to do makeup, I'm going to make like my eyes pop. And because my eyebrows are kind of a secondary thing, I really don't worry about what they look like. Because people should be paying more attention to my eyes, not my eyebrows. And where I work, people are not in the business of being all critical about my makeup. They're all just like used to me by now because I wear makeup a lot. So, all right, I'm going to prime before I put mascara on. And this is my MAC Prep and Prime, my Holy Grail go-to. Others use Urban Decay All Nighter, I hear, is somebody's Holy Grail. A lot of people use that. That's a great one too. I actually have that one. I also have Ready Set Radiant from Tarte, which I've barely used this. I didn't really care for how this worked on me. But I should probably get rid of it or something. I don't know, but I didn't really like how it looked on me. So my eye continues to water like a bitch. Okay, so now that I feel like I've dried a smidge, I go in with Bad Gal Bang from Benefit. This has become probably my go-to, my one and only. I originally was using Tarte Maneater, which is an amazing mascara. Please don't get me wrong. I love that mascara. But I got Bad Gal Bang as like a travel size in an Ipsy, I think is how I got it. And I love the brush. I love the formula. And I love the mascara. So I was like, I gotta get some more of this stuff. I was using the travel for a while. And then Ulta. Again, I'm an Ulta girl. And they had a package deal. Mirrors in front of my face again. A package deal where I could get roller lash. Yeah, roller lash, They're Real, and Bad Gal Bang, all three of them full size for, I think it was like $46 or something like that. They were in a box set. So I snatched them up, and I've not looked back. So I generally do a couple of coats of Bad Gal Bang, and then I'll follow it up or finalize it with They're Real. Now, I haven't really used roller lash a whole lot, and obviously I forgot to curl my eyelashes before I went in like this, but this will still work. I haven't used roller lash a whole lot. I probably should, because I hear that's the curling one. And I'm a little blessed, I guess, and with my hairiness, I have some decent eyelashes too. So I can usually get away with doing a few, all right, we got barking again. I can usually get away with doing a few coats, of mascara and call it a day. I don't usually wear lashes. I'll wear lashes if I'm going out, which is a rare occasion, people. I don't usually go out except to, like, the grocery store. And this is getting crazy for going to the grocery store, no lie. Or going to Walmart, because usually I would just go through the shower and, like, I put my hair up and what you see is what you get. So today, Walmart's getting privileged with my glamorous look. Again, thank you all who have hung this long on this, I guess, get ready with me or tutorial or whatever you want to call this, using the Glamlite Pizza Palette. If you're new, I hope you enjoyed this and you like and subscribe. I'm always looking to have more subscribers. Leave comments too. I like to hear what people have to say. I would only ask that you keep it positive. I like positivity. This world is too full of ugliness, and we need to support and encourage one another instead of being so ugly to each other. Another public service announcement from me today. So here I'm going in with, this is the They're Real by Benefit. And I like that it has I call it mace on the end. So I don't know if anyone watches like old time Viking stuff, but if you look at the brush, you maybe can see that the end is like spiky. It looks like a star on the end. So I like that to be able to get in on the inner corner and outer corner of my lashes and get a little bit more like oomph and definition on them. So the only struggle is that it sometimes cakes on, which is annoying. But I have this nifty new purchase today, which is, this is Real Techniques. This is a lash separator. It's metal, and I'm going to use it for the first time today to comb through and separate my lashes. Oh, this is spectacular. Oh, I love this. And what's interesting is I went on Hush, because I like to buy things cheap, you know. And they had one of these on Hush, and it was like completely sold out. And I was so bummed about it. I was like, oh, I really wanted to get one of those. And what I didn't realize is that when I went on Ulta and did a bunch of, bought a bunch of these Real Techniques brushes, I got like 5 or 6 brush sets or whatever. And I didn't realize is that this particular brush set, which comes with a little holder, by the way, has the lash separator. Oh, happy day. And it's got some other brushes here that eventually I will use. But anyway, all right. That's that. Lastly, I'm going to put on some lipstick. I don't know if you can tell how this looks. I hope you can. Hopefully it's looking pretty good for you. Lipstick, my general holy grail go-to is Juvia's Place. This is in Candice, or the color Candice. This is a matte liquid lip. I adore this. This is my OG. This is the one that I wear all the time. Case in point, I have a backup to it. And if you're like me and you're a makeup fiend, you have backups to your backups to your backups. And I have backups to my backups. So this is what it looks like. Juvia's Place Candice. There's also a metal or a metallic one that it comes with. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that too well. This is the metallic one. But yeah, this is the matching metallic one that I typically don't wear, but I should. And I love this formula. For me, when I do a lippy, it's always a tie, excuse me, between my Candice Liquid Lippy from Juvia's Place and Jeffree Star, which I have quite a few Jeffree Star. The equatable one, I think, for this color, which has just a little bit more of a purple shift, would be Sagittarius. It would probably be the closest one that I could think of that would come near what this looks like. But this is a nude color, a cool nude, and I adore it. I always wear it. So, not to mention the formula is the shit. So, I'm going to put this on. Oh my goodness. I've already brushed my teeth today. Yay. I would love to know how people feel about overlining lips. I've sure thought about it because I feel like I don't have a lot of lips. The one thing that I don't have, I have a lot of ass and I have a lot of sass, but I don't have a lot of lips. And I always wonder, I think I've tried it a couple of times and I disliked what it looked like on me. But I see other people do. I also have a scar on my lip, which doesn't allow me to really have even lipstick, which kind of sucks. So I have to kind of accommodate for that, which I didn't this time around. Hold on. Which resulted in a mess. Anyway, I'm done with that. Take it or leave it, people. So yeah, I've tried it. I'm just not sure I like it. But by all means, do you. All right. Well, that's it. I'm going to continue to wear this Elf Poreless Primer. See how it goes today. In my next video, maybe I'll talk a little bit about how I felt that went. Yeah, I think that's it. So if you like this video, I know it got long, but I appreciate you hanging in. Like and subscribe below. Make sure you throw some comments out there as to what you thought. I really appreciate you hanging out with me and watching me do makeup with the Glamlite. Whoops, there's the plastic for it. My bad. With the Glamlite Pizza Palette. Thanks a lot for hanging out, you guys. I appreciate you. Peace.